good?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, dude. That's fucking hella sick, though.
Gotta go. I really hope I didn't break my arm.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, let's get in the car.
So, as you can see, luckily it's not broken, but I did hyperextend my elbow and it is sprained. But more about that later. First, let me tell you about the day leading up to this. So it started out just like any other normal day of skateboarding. Me and the homie Arlie headed up to Newark Skate Park to get our shred on, and everything was going pretty good. Now, this is my first time at this particular park in probably about a year or so, and this is actually like my favorite park to skate, honestly. So I was stoked to go back and take some of these new skills that I've learned in the last year and apply them to the park in new ways that I'd only kind of envisioned before. Particularly this little 50-50 transfer between these two quarter pipes here. I'd wanted to do that since my first day coming into the park, but this is my first time actually having the ability level to be able to pull it off. And after pulling that off, I was actually able to hit the same gap the other way with a front side slash. Now Arlie was killing it like he always does. He hit this fat backside 5-0 on this ledge here. And was hitting mad tricks before we even pulled out the camera. Now, fun side note, the park was actually so crowded when we first showed up, I initially decided not to film, but while we were skating, the GOAT of all Groms, Sanchez, showed up and was just shredding the park. So I went ahead and grabbed my camera and I thought maybe we can get a couple of these clips that we were trying to film for me and Arlie, and then after we get those crossed off the list, I can go get some clips of Sanchez, make a whole video about it. But obviously that didn't happen, as the skate gods had other plans in mind. After filming only a few of the tricks that we had planned, I was going for a trick that I've done many times before, a front side 180 ollie in transition, but trying to take it a little bit higher up on the quarter pipe and get above that coping. Now, in my head, this was actually just a warm-up trick for the clip that I really wanted, a frontside 180 nose grab. But what I thought was a warm-up trick ended up being the trick that took me out of the game. Now, I had already attempted one on film, but I leaned too far back in the landing and didn't pop quite as high as I wanted.
No.
Okay, I can do that for sure.
So I knew going into this next one, I needed to lean more forward and pop higher. But my dumbass only remembered the pop higher part. And I ended up leaning even farther back than I did the first time, completely eating it, while also breaking one of the most important rules when falling. I stuck my arm out.
Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, MTV and the producers must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any stunt or activity performed on this show.
Are you good?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, dude. That's fucking hella sick, though.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
I really hope I didn't break my arm.
Yeah, dude.
Usually I should be like, yeah, I'm fine, but that one I fucking landed wrong.
Yeah. Are you gonna drive or you are?
Let's go sit in the car for a second. Why did this happen?
Now, for what it's worth, I had lost track of where the ground was and thought in my head that I was going to hit with a bent arm and roll from my wrist to my elbow, maybe to my shoulder, a technique I often use when falling to take away some of the impact. But my angles were completely off and I ended up straight arming the cement, buckling and momentarily hyperextending my elbow in the process. Now, I could feel my elbow hyperextend immediately when I fell, and I heard and felt something pop in my arm, which made me initially concerned that I may have just broken my arm, obviously. So I went back to the car, kind of holding it in place where it was, and we sat there for a few minutes and I kind of just let the initial shock of it all wear off. And I quickly became pretty confident that I didn't break my arm, but it was obviously messed up and I was having a lot of trouble bending my elbow and there was like no strength in it. Which brings me to where I am now. Now, obviously, I'm no doctor, but I did have a doctor that I know briefly look at it, and they are also confident that it's not broken, only sprained. And based on my own personal experience with sprains, which I do have far too much of, I'd estimate I'll probably be back to training in about a week or two, and I'll probably be back to full strength in about 2 to 3 weeks. So moral of the story here, don't stick out your arm when falling. And I'm really talking to myself when I say that. So thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And until next time, don't forget to stay high, stay healthy, and always stay active. Cheers, everybody.